Hey, what's up? What is up? What's up, guys? Sorry, I'm a little late. Late today. Was doing a lot of just analysis on everything going on. So yeah, we'll be here till the end of the day, of course. What's up? What up, Wesley? Stankster Joe, Trader in the Trees, what's up? Mr. Simon, yo. Tickles, what's up, bro? Andre, what's up, brother? Okay, so we did have a dip early on in the day. If you guys were here on live stream yesterday, we talked about the weekly scenario does have us going up at some point. It did have us going up right here in the beginning. Okay, so we didn't do that. Obviously, we're coming back down, but we are still on track. Okay, to come in on this setup. So here is the parallel zone. Okay, you can tell we're like right here, coming right in and out. The SPY is very strong right now. We have a reversal. It's taking a little bit of a dip, but I think that is just part of this, basically this giant V reversal cup and handle that is going on. So let's bring that guy up. You can see that right off the bat. This V reversal is bullish because we just hit intraday highs. Every time you cross on a V reversal and it goes higher than the previous high, that becomes bullish. All right, not always, but most of the time it's a bullish sign. So that is good for Amy. What might happen in the short term? So I mean, this might take a little bit of a dip before reversing. Towards the end of the day. And if this does happen, guys, I do see us going up tomorrow and then also going up on Wednesday. So that is going to naturally bring Amy up with it. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. You know what the best part is? The best part is that we did not go, okay, to these low levels back here, which was, man, I was looking at this earlier today and I was like, no, please don't come back down, because dude, we were 3 cents away from hitting the previous low, and that would have been bad. I think that would have taken it down to levels that we don't want to see. So it's good that we're up here right now. We just basically went up almost $1 from these low levels, so that's really good news. Still on this zone. Nice, Tickles. Look at that shit, man. Good for you. Kevin, I'm a little late, bro, but I'm here. All right, so this is the updated... Nope, not that. So the weekly scenario, I updated every single day. This part that you're seeing right here was right over here for the weekly scenario, so it's supposed to happen back here. But now what we have going on is more of a double bottom setup, and this is where I believe things are going to reverse. So likely tomorrow, if we continue this uptrend, we should see a reversal. We should see probably close to that 1950 area, and that's going to take us back to this first resistance level, which is right here. Okay, this is going to be the first level we have to cross, and then from here, the second major level that would initially kick us off to go would be this $20 area, or 22, I'm sorry, $22 area back here. See the two levels that we have to watch out for in the short term. Okay, so 1850. Oh yeah, also, if you guys are on Twitter, I posted the comparison between Clover Health, right, and Mullen. Okay, and Mullen is taking a dip. Okay, so the reason I bring this up, guys, is specifically to show you the correlation, historical correlation between these two. Not specifically to talk about these stocks and go in on the stocks or not go in on the stock, but with AMC, right? Because this relates to AMC's price action. We saw back here as Clover was dipping, AMC was ripping, okay? And we have something similar happening right now. We have Mullen is going down. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring the chart here. We're gonna copy and paste it into the current setup and see where we're at. All right. All right, so we're right here. It's starting to take a dip. It's probably going to keep going lower. This was in a flag or in a pennant, okay? And it did look pretty bullish at first, but you know how it works, guys, with these meme stocks. Like, they'll make the technicals look ready, and then they'll break them down. So this is a very similar setup that we have right here. In fact, if you put these back to back, I mean, you can just assume that they're basically the same pattern as well. Right here from this start, it's gonna be very similar in the way they look. All right, we're finally, and then we're getting that cross basically right here on Mullen. Then I do see it coming down here to this level before going up again. You guys can track it however you want. This is something I'm looking at because of what happened back here with Clove. Remember, they brought in this stock in the community on basically everybody talking about it on Reddit, on YouTube, on Twitter, everywhere. And then they shorted it back down. AMC started to go back up, and then when we dipped, it ripped, right? So we're going to continue to track this guy here, but I do see correlation with it. I really do. I think it's good to notice these like smaller indicators that aren't really talked about, because they do help, man, in the end, okay? If there is a trend happening, this is basically tracking other cycles in the market, understanding how they go hand in hand with each other, and then making your best assumptions with AMC, right? Based off of historical evidence. Okay. Amy is trading at 1750 right now. So we are going up. It's just called a right here. It's called bars pattern. That's the tool for it. I use the line tracker instead. Oh, no, we have not fallen out of the projector. No. Not yet. We're patiently waiting until midweek to sort of make a good call on it. I said I was going to give more information around the 20th or the 21st. So that is midweek. That is when we'll know basically where things are likely to head next. I think we'll know around this time right here, 21st. Sundial's ripping. Yeah. Sundial is going to rip as well. Once it does trade inverse in the short term. So it going up right now, it might start to bring in some pressure, even though it might go up higher. It's up 3% right now. It might start to bring up AMC and GME up with it. You know that it's in a projector pattern as well. It looks very similar to AMC. We'll pull it up so you guys can see. SNDL. Why does it look like that though? What the fuck? Why? Weird. Okay, whatever. I mean, look at that shit, guys. SNDL versus AMC. You can actually look back here. SNDL actually went up first. Interesting. Yeah, SNDL went up first. So, well, we went up first. We traded sideways for a bit, but SNDL went up a day before us. And now it's going back up. That's good. Good on my friend. Trader in the trees. Ah, we're going up now. Personally, I will not be going in on a position until a double bottom is confirmed, meaning that right here, okay, going into tomorrow, if we start to come back down again, we might get just basically one more bounce up here to this like 1750 area before going up. And then that is going to confirm it for me. And then here is the updated version of this squeeze scenario here. So instead of going up today, I have it going up tomorrow, making this little double bottom short term, going up, and then coming back down again to set up for the main run up. Looking good though. We're still in on this parallel zone. We came out just a little bit, but as long as we come back in, that is fine. These wicks get erased here on the daily chart, and that's what matters. Okay. Where did I base the thumbnail on? This right here? Well, this setup here has always been the setup. So, basically the initial projector pattern that I had set up was calling for us to stick on this support trend line right here. So it didn't actually have us coming all the way down to 17. I thought we were going to bounce around this level, around this $20 level. Obviously, they have a different agenda. For the setup that I had, though, I didn't have us going up till end of April. So even if we're getting this small curl down here, there's still a way to come back up. Basically, we're playing out what happened back here. And what I was telling people yesterday was to be careful with this projector, because if you take the bars pattern here, and yeah, it looks very similar. Now, the difference with this setup here is I believe that the fractal that I was using, or that I am using, the 2.71, is basically, it's calling for the run to happen on the projector pattern here, okay, on this peak right here. So it wouldn't be the peak of June 3rd. It would happen right here on June 1st. And when you extend that fractal, it eats up like 4 days. So you guys have to be careful with that, because some people think that we're gonna come back up here and then curl back down. But I think that at that point, dude, there's gonna be too much pressure. This thing is gonna rest up for a little bit, but it's gonna go. I don't think it's gonna take another breather back down and then go up. Even though it looks fucking awesome, I think that there is just a different setup that they're looking for here. I don't see it taking a breather. But yeah, this is it. I mean, it looks good. And then here's the actual projection here. See? The one that I have is a lot earlier. This is where you get basically the SOS phase, that it just trades sideways for a good bit. This is exactly what GameStop did before going up. Okay, different setup, right? GameStop slowly went up before setting up and ripping, right? This would be us right now, is like we're chilling right here. This week, this would be Thursday, Friday, and or it could be Friday, Monday. Okay? This would be a little SOS setup, even though this is not Wyckoff here, but this SOS typically looks like this. It's a flag going up. And that would be the first setup here. It would look like this, and then it would rip. It's very quick. Very fucking quick. Look at that. And it's crazy because this thing right here, okay, 13, 14, 15. So it basically ran, and this is what I'm talking about here, guys. This ran from Wednesday to Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the day off. Okay, hold up. Oh yeah, because we had the 18th off. Okay, right here, this was the 18th. So Friday. Okay, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah. So, damn, that is insane. It's very similar to Amy's setup. This would be the Rippy. Okay, so it would be Wednesday. Wednesday would actually be the 20th, but I have it going up the 21st. So Thursday, and then it would basically do the exact same thing because this thing would peak on the 5th. So it's almost a very similar time frame, very similar price action too, guys. GameStop was trading at, so it went up lows of 12. And here we went to 36. All right, so we did something like this. Okay, went up to 30 or 34, and then we came back down and we did this, right? And now we're right here, basically. Nice. Oh, let's do a cycle tracking. What am I doing? Cycle tracking. The cycle is tracking almost perfectly right now, which is nice. This is where we use the micro because we are in the blue portion. The blue portion plays out very much identical most of the time. Identical in the sense that it tracks very similarly in the micro, but right now it's trading inverse here. So if you guys can see that. Okay, inverse, and then right now it's playing out identical back here, inverse right here. Okay. So yeah, I see us trading sideways, and then right here, which is Tuesday, we start to go up. See? Going into Wednesday. Tuesday, and then we come back down and set up because we're nearing that blue pattern. Sweet. So yeah, the next leg up, man, would be around that 22nd, 21st. That would be the initial start. Okay, again, I'll bring it up right here. This is actually the 25th, so it's a Monday, but anywhere in this section here, it could happen if all goes well. It'd be just gonna be one spike, and I was talking to Rico about this the other day. I was like, dude. So basically, with these options, the way they have done it in the past is, well, they're gonna rack up those premiums initially, typically 2 days before the weekend, whether that or it could be a day before, it could be on Friday, but it would make more sense to rack them up on Thursday, and they'll sort of, you know, they'll burn some of the and they've have this plan, guys, so this is why they sort of minimize their losses doing this, but they burn some of the contracts for, you know, the Friday and the Thursday calls when they're gonna run this thing. That's why you see it on every single run up that we've had. Okay, this one actually went up on Monday, so you can see the 21st, and then on the 24th, right, it started to go up. Okay, so this was Monday, and then they did the same thing, right? They brought it up on Friday, and then they brought it back down, say 36 to 25. Okay, so they were able to win in on some of these options, right? And selling them extremely high, and then shorting the price down on Friday by Friday and keeping those. And then they repeat the process back here again into the weekend, early in the week on Tuesday, and then bring it back, or on Wednesday, and then bring it back down, right, by expiration date. So I do think that there is something similar happening here. The way it's set up, it goes up on Thursday, and then it comes back down by Friday. Okay, and then we come back up on that in May. It'll bring us up by the 5th, and then probably bring us down by the 6th, which is Friday again. Are they going to repeat this if there is a cycle, guys? This is not, there's no price target here or anything. This is just based off of us having another cycle. And if we don't have another cycle, then you're not going to see it play out like this. it's just gonna keep going up forever. Forever. This is a squeeze, right? Yeah, next Monday, next Tuesday, around that time. Remember, this is a time frame, guys. I'm not going to get it, you know, exact to a T. On this May 28th one, or May 29th, I was off a day here, okay? So it was May 28th, it went up, and then the scenario that I had here was the $28 level by the 29th. So I'm thinking that for this point of interest here, okay, if we start to climb up in the short term and we do have a setup like this, then I see us starting to go up end of this week, going into next week, and then next week you'll have your little SOS, and then basically the first week of May would be the all-time highs. Okay, the first week of May. So yeah, honestly, I'd give it another 2 weeks for the all-time highs. And that is if we continue to respect this support trend line. If not, then it's not going to happen, in my opinion. Not that it can't, but it's not going to happen right now. It would take another 3 months for the next point of interest, which is July going into August. Oh yeah, let's do the regression trend here real quick, because I think this one is something else I'm looking at here in the short term. We do have this green arrow, this upside down green arrow. There's two possibilities here. I don't think we're gonna do this one though. Remember the green arrow is color to color, so blue to blue, green to green, red to red, yellow to yellow. They're all going to be 4 months apart, but this is a 3-month cycle, okay, meaning that these patterns, okay, 3-month cycle, we're focusing here on the yellow portion, and then the blue portion is a 2-month cycle happening. So we're currently on this 2-month cycle, and we are, these act like little magnets, okay? You can tell on every single date here, okay, when we near that zone, it sort of pulls the price action upward or downward. Okay, so here it pulled it up, here it pulled it up, here it pulled it down. Okay, here it pulled it down on the micro. Okay, and then we're getting to this level, right, this zone. And I believe that this is where because this is the 19th, guys, or the 21st. So if we get something similar, and how do I know this? Well, we have the blue pattern coming up. What happens on the blue pattern? Blue pattern is one of the patterns that repeats itself in the cycle, because it's heavy. There's heavy pressure in the dark pool around the middle of the month. Okay, and this is not exactly the middle of the month, but I do believe that it's a point of interest with this run-up that we're going to have, because it's the reflection of the June run-up, okay? So I think this has something to do with it, man, in this next cycle that we have coming in here. Remember, there's smaller cycles happening, okay? This is a 62-day cycle here, okay? In this 62-day cycle, there's going to be smaller cycles. There's a 2-week cycle, there's a month cycle, and they do come in together to make these patterns happen. All right, so if this all plays out, guys, look, blue pattern right here, green arrow. Okay, it pulled it up. Okay, this is one of them. It's got near the blue pattern. This is another one, blue pattern, blue arrow, pulled it down. Okay. Where else do we have one coming in together? So this is the green portion, or the red arrow, also pulled it down, and it was around the blue pattern. So that is also something I'm looking at here for the price action to go up. If you're new to the channel, remember this is very, very specific analysis here. It's not traditional TA. So if it's a little confusing, I recommend you go watch some of these cycle videos that I have on the website, because it'll go over everything. I just sort of update you guys here for the ones that have been in on the channel live stream. We update this every single day. If there's another cycle on top of that leg, what price would be the top, I think? If there was another cycle and it repeated itself using fib levels, I would be looking at there. I mean, there's multiple levels, dude. I'll give you the ones that I have that I'm currently looking at, but the first one is, okay, the first level would be the 160. The second would be 260, and the third would be the 560. Okay, these are all using fib levels to calculate based off of historical price action, and also using the fib time zones. Depending on which one they choose, these would be levels if we did have another cycle. All right, but that is only. And I like to say that over and over again. I don't care if it's annoying. I just don't want to mislead anybody, guys. Don't want to be that guy who's like, oh, we're not going to squeeze. We're going to hit a fib level. No, that's not the point here. Keep your mind open, you know, with that, because anything is possible. I don't see a VW squeeze or a Tesla, man. I see its own squeeze is going to be unique. AMC's price action has been suppressed for a very long time. I think it's a different game, different times. VW squeeze was, there's very little volume involved compared to AMC. And then Tesla was another situation as well. There wasn't, you know, this is the thing, guys, like AMC and GameStop, there's a whole retail movement behind it. So there's gonna be a different setup. There's gonna be more pressure, in my opinion, and that's why people are hyping this thing up to the extremes, because there's so much money in on this. It's not, I don't think it's comparable, to be honest. We did a little bit of, I did like a video a while back talking about this specifically, because I mean it's important to tell people. But look, if we go to Volkswagen, which is what is it? Yeah, wow, but it's like a very particular one. Where is it? I'm gonna go with this one for now and see if this is the one that I used. Might have been. No, it's not. You could tell right off the bat because it happened back here. Which one did I use? Did they update these or something? Like, dude, they look so different. Oh. Dude, where the fuck is it? It's pissing me off. They definitely added some, dude. Anybody know? What's this one? Whatever, if I use another one, there we go. It's fine. So here's the Volkswagen squeeze. I mean, look at that shit, dude. It's insane. Go on the 8 hour and see if we can get something better. Oh, we can't. It doesn't go. Wow. This is stupid. Hey, give me a chart where I can actually see things on the minute, please. So this calculates the volume here. Also, note this, guys. Take note of this, please, because a lot of people don't understand that, you know, the Volkswagen squeeze, I mean, it lasted a while, man. You know, 2005, 2008. I mean, this thing lasted almost more than 3 years. From when the volume really started to kick in, and the situation was just different, man. You know, it got bought out. It got bought out by who did it get bought by? Somebody bought it basically, and you know, the price just there is so much pressure from that one buyer that this thing basically took a ripple effect in 3 years. Where you know, slowly the price started to climb very quickly until it got to this point right here. A lot of people compare this, okay, to AMC, but they don't realize, man, that this only lasted like a month. And this is not AMC. This is not what AMC's price action looks like, man. This lasted a month from the 15th of September through basically October. Yeah, like a month and a half. AMC's price action is very, very different from this. So, I don't know, man. Two different plays. Okay, let's go here on Amy, quick. And the spy would be looking so pretty, dude. Nah, we look very similar to the spy right now. Yeah. What's up, dude? Yeah, it was Porsche, yeah. Yeah, let's take a look at Ethereum Classic compared to Amy. So Ethereum Classic is now slowly, but it is turning back up, which is good for Amy. Okay. Getting a little bit of a curl action here. This is a believe it's reaccumulation on Ethereum Classic. Let me just make sure. Somebody posted this on the Discord. I forgot who it was, but he made a good point that this was a, yeah, so it's a reaccumulation schematic, but what he used was something else. It was like reaccumulation after decline, which I think it applied very nicely to this setup down here, more than Amy's, because Amy's is very clear to be this, you know, it's Projector. So is Ethereum Classic, but there is more Wyckoff, in my opinion, here on Ethereum Classic. And basically what happens is you get this final spring down here that shoots this thing up. It's basically a parabolic arc down here. Really is what's happening if it starts to come back up. Amy had a similar setup back here, if you guys remember, but we did not go up after that. See? They took this into a larger flag or pennant structure instead of this parabolic arc. And I think Ethereum Classic is going to do that here in the short term. Man, if I could pull it up on the screen, I think I might be able to. Here, yeah, I'll pull it up. Here we go. Here, I'll take Amy out for a minute. If you guys can see that, it's reaccumulation, and it's, so you can tell that we did, yeah, it's actually, this is exactly what it is, because Ethereum Classic on the first run, it had a massive run, so it didn't really have room to make a sort of come down first. That would have been strong support right there, but instead, yeah, this thing just ran up. It made a very tiny projector before running up. So it's very similar to this Wyckoff reaccumulation schematic is what it is. And I think we're currently right here. Okay, yeah, getting near that support area, which would be down here. And then it's slowly going to basically trade sideways here until, you know, May 2nd, May 3rd before starting to come back up. It's crazy how similar they look. There it is, guys. So yeah, Wyckoff is very useful when you know, setting up at least different possibilities that can happen with it's, you know, looking at patterns more in depth, right? And I think it's very good to give yourself multiple possibilities, multiple options, and not just rely on one. Okay, and I think Wyckoff does a really good job with that. Okay, so if things do play out, I do see us doing a reaccumulation here on Ethereum Classic, and that will, okay, you're gonna see probably Amy go up in between, and they might go up together, just different percentages at the same time as well. Because if Amy is expected to go up in May, okay, I think so is Ethereum Classic, except one for sure is going to go up higher than the other. And in this case, I believe that we're going to see Amy go up first. So if Ethereum Classic comes up here, you know, to this level and then comes back down and sets up while Amy's taking a dip, then it'll go right. Okay? So the runs are going to look a little bit different. Okay. Ready, Amy. Setting up for a nice reversal here. We got it is 2 o'clock and we do have, yeah, an hour left. Power hour. Man, the fact that Amy's just been like on this downtrend for this long is just crazy to me. Here, watch this, guys. 30-minute. Let's take the peak here. I'm gonna do it at right at the start here. So March 30th through April 18th. Look at that shit. Now let's see where we can find this pattern. Look at that. Look at that shit, guys. Watch this. Watch. Okay, so and this is crazy because sometimes the cycle you can track it a very particular way, very specific. I believe that. So it's either that we're like right here on this, and then we're starting to play this out inverse back here, right here. Okay. So right off the bat, see that? So at some point things reverse, right? And what do we have going on right here, guys? Upward pressure. Upward pressure. So let's say that we are like right here. Let's say we're right here and we're turning. The tables are turning. Well, this does indicate upside, okay, in the short term, going into tomorrow, and then starting that climb up, okay? So let's do this. That'd be Monday. Yeah, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay. Go. Okay, and then how does this go with the... So it does... Let's pull the parallel zone. Stays on the parallel zone too if we use the... Basically the same little setup here. And see how, like, they still keep the pressure up. Now, it can do something like this and set us up for Monday, right, on the 25th. Or it can go up higher too, right? It can go up to this, like, 22 level. Also set us up for Monday. Okay? And that would also be ideal. Also work. But look at that, man. Look at that. Same fucking pattern right here. And how do I know shit's orchestrated? Because, and back here, guys, when we saw the 120-day theory on how they, like, end up spreading out these patterns and the volume that they have, synthetic volume, is you could tell right off the bat how things are traded in the dark pool. So you can tell, man, that this is dark pool trading, like hardcore. Like, this is not normal pressure. So it's just the algorithm, man, working overtime. So yeah, we're very likely to come up in the short term. And if tomorrow, if we get just one more dip right here, we go up, and then they bring us back down to 1750, I think we'll start to go up. Yeah, and if you guys were not here yesterday, you didn't miss much. Like, my videos are... So they have... I play music. You're very likely not going to be able to replay this video that's currently playing because of the music. YouTube takes it down, even though I don't monetize my videos. But, I mean, it's fine. Most people don't even leave their live streams on, to be honest with you. So it's on. It'll be on for like 3 hours, but then YouTube takes it down. So it is what it is, man. I'm just gonna have to start making more videos, smaller videos. We can't not have music, guys. Like, the rallies are like, without the music, it's not the same. We need the music. All right. So we get the live. You're here for the live, great. And then we try and make just videos, separate clips or whatever, without the music. Other squeeze patterns? Like another, well, if you were here on the on the stream yesterday, I talked about the possibility of basically another, like if we do cross below this trend line and we stay below that trend line and this doesn't happen, the next point of interest would not happen until July, and that is because of not only the cycle but the fractals that we're looking at. The fib zone cycles, cyclical lines here that we have do not call for that until that play, right? And mostly my tracking here, guys, is related to the cycle, like specifically around the cycle. So this is the first, okay, the one that we're currently tracking, and it does call for the projector right here for going up, right? Peaking right here, not at this level, but on this fractal, okay? So that would be around May 6th, May 5th. The next point of interest would not be until late July, August. So we would trade sideways for a little bit, and then even coming into June, guys, I don't believe that we would go up on the anniversary, right, of the 77 run up. No, I think we would actually come down on that and then slowly start to come up, because we've seen this happen in the past, guys, with Fourier transform. You don't see things repeating themselves exactly on that yearly mark. It's typically a month before or after, depending on the contracts, because they're hedging for the inverse of what happened. So if they have a run up here, that is leverage in the future for a short attack. If you have a short attack, that is leverage in the future for a run, okay? Which means that you do have to track them inversely. So we would probably get a projector around this range right here as it's being shorted. And that would not happen until probably like late June. Projector late June, and then going into July and August, you would have the run. Okay, that is if the projector fails and we go below this trend line, which we have not done. We're still tracking. Look, on this one, okay, and this one is using a, this is the, what did I call it? The megaphone pattern, okay? And it is respecting this trend line currently. We're still on it. So this is a different trend line on this megaphone pattern, okay? And it's taken from this downtrend here and uptrend here. They meet together, and we're currently on that still. So this is a good one to track, and then this one, okay? Both good to track. I've been using a new platform too. It's called TrendSpider. That shit's cool, man. I might like bring it up here at some point. I love it. I don't know if you guys have tried it, but it came out like a year ago, but they're updating a lot of things, and I think they might integrate options, which is a steal for me. Like they're gonna sell me on that if they have unusual options right now, but if they get an option chain, then I'm gonna use that, because right now the only platform where I look at options, and options have everything to do with AMC. The only platform I can do that on right now is Thinkorswim. So, and Thinkorswim is nice, but it's very old school. So, yeah, it's just not the same. Also, guys, I do have, and we've been tracking Otter for a pretty long time here, and I just wanted to give a little update. So I did update that pattern that we were tracking. Oop. What's going on? Okay, unless we have, they moved it or whatever. Yep. Why do you keep moving my shit, bro? Okay, well you can tell that is the same pattern, but that's not the one we're tracking. Tracking this one. Okay, so this is the full version of that pattern. You could see that right off the bat here. It starts to come back up. You have to pay attention to the macro points of interest, which are right here. This is one of them, all right? I personally do not see it going up higher. We do have this downtrend right here on resistance. So this is likely to take a breather in the short term, and probably around the 20th or the 21st, you're gonna see a drop. So just be careful with that as well. We've tracked this, guys, literally since back here, okay? And things have been playing out to a T, man. This is the Lucid pattern, by the way. I'm using a Lucid pattern as reference to the current Ethereum setup, okay? Just a quick update there. I had some questions about that, and I wanted to just fully cover that, okay? All right, I'm gonna look at the chat real quick and answer some questions. Typically do that here. So we did an update here on Mullen already, and just because it does trade in, like, it has to do with AMC's price action in the future, I believe that we have a very similar setup to Clove, and we did have it dipping. Okay, so the dip is happening. It's very similar to what happened back here, guys. If we're right here, and I believe that based off of the current fractal setup, that we would actually run up around this projector if we were applying this fractal. Okay, so if we're right here, and this is Mullen where we're close to that bottom, we're at the bottom, you start to see Clove dip, okay? And it dips heavy, goes down basically to where it started. So you might have something similar happen here with Mullen as AMC is climbing and going up, okay? Does its like massive thing and then starts to go up. You're going to see probably a reversal as well on Mullen, because they will bring these stocks back, guys, to cause just a bunch of drama in the community, in my opinion. Again, I'm not telling you to buy, sell, do whatever the heck you want with this, okay? I'm not the type of influencer, first of all, that can really, be at risk for causing like echo chambers or anything. I'm not at that level, and I would never talk about or specifically talk about like a video about this, because, well, at the end of the day, it's not what people want to hear in the first place. So it's just something that I'm looking at here, and if you are tracking it with me, then if you're able to make money on that with AMC and find a correlation with it, well, then it's helping, right? So that is what we're doing with that. Okay. Spy. So failure to delivers are spread out. They rarely happen on the day of expiration. I've seen this happen before. I've tracked this before with AMC. You have to, if you're looking at failure to delivers, you have to give it like a week or a couple weeks before they're due, and that is when you typically will see a spike in price action. So, for example, let's look up because I have here, it's called Stock. This is a really cool website here. I'll bring it up on the screen so you guys can see. But let's see. All right, do you guys see this? This is the, oh, there we go. So this is the failure to deliver. This is, well, this is any. I don't know why it's on any right now. I haven't looked at this in a while. AMC, okay. So here we have, the closest ones that we have due in the short term would be, so we have actually this entire line here that where there is a lot. And there's a lot right here. There's a million due on the 27th. Now, I think that typically you see the price action increase at least a week beforehand. So a week before the 27th would be around, yeah, around the 18th or the 19th. So that is tomorrow and the day after, right? That's 24 million in dollars, okay? Shares, that's 1 million, 1.3 million. And then back to back, even the day before 500,000 and the day after 800,000. So here you have yourself a nice little setup from 426 to 428. I don't think you get these on the day of. I think they do happen like a week, 10 days beforehand. I've seen a lot of correlation with this, guys. But this is good. This is good that we do have this setup right here. It's like 3 days of just upward pressure. So we might see this take place in the short term. Yeah. Tomorrow, the day after, and then Thursday before coming back down. Okay. Yes, I am. I am doing options. I'm looking at options. I was going to share that for entertainment purposes on the Discord. It's going to be on the For You channel. Remember, on the Discord, we only have the For You channel and we have the chat. There's only two. Very, very simple. And I'm going to post that strategy on the For You around the 21st. So if you guys want more information on that, make sure you join the Discord on the link below. I will be updating that. So far, what we have for, let's do a quick update on that to where I have this, because we talked about this like 3 weeks ago. Let's see where it is. It should still be on here. Yeah, it is still here. It's right here. It's this one. So do you guys see this? This is, so this was the basically the setup that I had here. I'm gonna compare the two and see if I can like hover them together. One of them's on the daily, and that date that is circled is the 21st, I believe. It's the 21st. Let me see if I can put these together. I'm gonna take myself out for a minute so I can see it clearly, so it's not in my face. Let's put the volume here. Alright, so this is what it is. This is where we're currently at, and then you could tell I have the little circle here. Now, I did have some upward pressure here before it coming back down, but it seems like the current setup is calling for upside here in the short term, and this does has us going up around the 21st. Okay, and that circle is there because that is where I'm personally looking at options or anything like that, or adding more to my position on shares. So it's that's why I keep waiting, guys. It's the 18th right now, and the 21st is obviously not till Thursday. So until that goes down, man, I'll be probably sharing that information a day or two before, just to keep you guys updated, because it's sort of the same thing that happened back here, man. on the 18th before going up. We'll take that guy out now. All right, so Amy's taking a breather, and I do see us coming back down here for the end of day. Probably might come close to the 430 level, and then we're just gonna trade sideways like that. And then going into tomorrow again, I think we'll have one last bounce before going up. I do see us going up tomorrow, and tomorrow is pretty crucial, guys, to this setup that we have, because, you know, if we do continue to come down, let's say we come down one more time and we do come close to that 16 like 90 area again, then I'll straight up tell you guys that, you know, at that point we might see an extension here in the cycle. But if we curl up and we actually start climbing, and let's say we go to 19 or whatever, 1950, then I think we are just one step closer to the squeeze. I mean, guys, look at this. This looks fucking ready, bro. This looks ready. Look at that. Very similar to what happened back here, for sure. I mean, look, you have this literally the same sort of like triple bottom inverse head and shoulders setup. Not an inverse head and shoulders, I'm sorry. It's more of a triple bottom. Yeah. Right here. And then it starts climbing up, right? Yeah, look at that. Pretty. Here, let's do this. Let's just take... see what this gives us. This is all I want. I don't... So see how it has us going up here by the 22nd, and then we start going up the week after. All right, going into the 25th, 26th, and then it goes. To get things like perfectly here, dude. Yeah, we have literally the same fucking setup. I like, dude, a reversal here is almost inevitable, man. Based off of this pattern, at least, but everything else that we've been tracking with it. There we go. How do you join the Discord? The link below should have it, man. If you click tradingwithemotions.com, there's right at the bottom, there's all the social media, all the media profiles, and then the Discord one should be the second one. Or not, wait, let me see where. No, it's the fourth one. Fourth one should be the Discord. On that initial run, man, I actually see this thing running all the way to that 48 level on the first like breakthrough. I'm not talking about the setup here where we go up. I'm talking about the volatility spike. So anything that looks like this, okay, that counts as like a pretty major run. So the first major run here before the setup, because the setup is, I mean, is initially going to take us up maybe 15%, but that's not a run. People are going to be excited about that, but the first initial run I do see is taking us to that 48, and that's based off of the option chain. We'll see. Here's the projected range levels that I had set up here based off of the fibs. So because you have to think about these macro resistance levels here. So if we come here to the daily, okay, we have a couple. First one would be right here, right off the bat, okay. It's going to be this $43-ish level, okay? And then the second would obviously be right here, 52. And there's a reason why, guys, the options only go up to 51, okay? The short-term weekly options only go up to 51. And then obviously then the one we have to cross is 77, okay? So once we cross 77, this thing will go. I mean, will fucking go. But yeah, it would make sense, man, for us to come here and then slowly come back down, and then we go, right? I mean, guys, the one thing that some people say, like, oh, like, a parabolic version of, like, what's happening here is just unlikely. Well, think about it this way. We've had a projector pattern in the past, correct? We've had multiple projector patterns. Sometimes looking at the chart, like, you know, really on the macro is what's important here. Because, for example, let's take this projector right here, right? And let's take it going up. Now let's keep this right here. And I'm gonna hide everything else. You know, who's to say that instead of looking at things from like the 4-hour chart, the 2-hour chart, or even the daily chart, right? You're like, oh fuck, like this is a nasty downtrend. But what about the fucking monthly chart, right? Because we've been talking about how the monthly chart is in a projector pattern itself, okay? This to me is a bullish setup. Like just from any chart pattern, okay, if you look at this, I would be like, yo, this is fucking bullish. We came back down. We just touched support on the monthly chart. Okay, we're riding this wave here on the monthly chart. This thing is ready to fucking go and take its next leg up. Okay, if we compare these projectors, so this is the projector that happened in June. Okay, in May. Okay, we have a setup like this. Okay. That shit. Nasty projector. Look at that. Look, and this has us going to that level I was talking about. 560. Alright, this is based off of fibs. Alright, I would say that that's a good average, in my opinion. Projector. And then this thing would just take us, obviously, ignore the time frames here, guys. Fibs are very, like, if you don't calculate these correctly, I mean, look, this is telling us fucking November 1st, 2023. Don't look at it like that. This would be considered Elliott wave as well, Elliott wave 1, and then you have Elliott wave 2 right here. Now, Projector, we could be in our first one, right? What if this is the Projector and then it takes us up right here to the 260 or whatever, and then we come back down and cycle again? What if, you know, that's possible. And then what if we're in this mid phase and then they don't take us to all-time highs until later, right? This would be the third wave. The third wave is typically the largest one. So you can look at things like this, man. The monthly chart looks fucking nasty, bro. This shit looks ready to go. I mean, fuck, where's Elliott Wave? Impulse Elliott Wave 1. This is a clear 1, bro. That is a clear fucking 1. Yeah, dude. Fuck. If I'd ever seen one that pretty. Okay, and then I would say 3 would happen soon, right? So we'd probably trade sideways after it went up. So obviously I want it to go up in May. When it would come back down, I have no idea. If it did, right? Very, very, this is like a horizontal line because I think it's going to go up here, but I don't know, do it like that or whatever, so you're not confused. But yeah, something like that, man, is not like, this is pretty considerate, I think. 1, 2, 4, 5. Elliott Wave, man, Elliott Wave theory is fun, and it's better to use on larger time frames, way better. A guy that I recommend watching for Elliott Wave theory is Trading Sciences. That dude is like really good at Elliott Wave, Elliott Wave patterns, Elliott Wave theory, all that stuff. Trading Sciences, man, that guy is good. He's good at it. I respect that man. So the SPY is dipping. All for nothing. So we went up and then we came back down. Well, why do I feel like this was like, I mean, this was definitely a bull flag now, or a bull trap, because this setup was bullish. It came right on top of this previous resistance, and then it just fell. This was a bull trap. 9 out of 10, man. If you exceed the previous resistance, intraday resistance, 9 out of 10, you will go up. But this was a trap. A nasty one. It's bullshit. What news came out? Any news, or is it just bullshit? What's up, guys? This is Andrew. Yeah, I love his accent, man. He's French, right? He's got to be French. Yeah, dude, I love that dude, man. He needs, if he ever wants to, like, if you guys know him and you go on his channel or whatever, if he ever wants to do a collab, bro, tell him to hit me up. I respect that guy. With TA, I think he's one of the best. He is one of the best for sure. Yes, Matt, you got that right, sir. You got that right. But hey, at least it's not bringing Amy down with it the same way. Right now, we're tracking very negative beta-ish to it. But this is now becomes a short-term bear setup, but very short-term, I think, just because, okay, we've been looking at the EMA cross here, guys. The 6 hour typically does reverse into a V setup here. We've seen it happen multiple times. Typically when it's by itself, it'll do a V reversal. It's pretty bullish. Okay. V, 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 V. All of them are V's. And we have yet to do a V here. So, and it would kind of make sense because, well, you do have an inverse head and shoulders, which I do think is very predictable, and I do think a lot of people are talking about it, but I think what might happen is they might still play it out here in the short term. I still think that even if we come back down to like 230 or whatever, or 430, if we come back down here, we might get the reversal, okay, and then we might linger on and create this macro wedge, okay? This is where I think people are either going to think that we're going to have a more of a bullish rally here, which we can. I still think the SPY is bullish in the short term. There are multiple lines we can draw here, actually. This is the trend. Where is one? This is one, but that's very predictable. This is the other one. And I think this is the one we're going to play out because we have a... So, here, let's do this. If we take this guy out for a sec, what do we have here, guys? We have a wedge. Okay. And this wedge is stagnant as fuck. So what do? Crush the shit out of volatility right here for like 2 months. So I do think that we are headed for something like that because the SPY's been very volatile lately. I think it needs to breathe it out before going back up. So if we do start coming back up to do, you know, all-time highs in the short term, I think we're going to see it happen back here. I think the rally that just came down here on the Fourier transform, well, now if we track the Fourier transform on the SPY, it already came up from this downtrend here. So if we look, if I pull it up, we're right here now. So this already happened, and this was this first run, this initial run, okay? So now what's going to happen is currently right here, it's trending upward. We're going to get some sideways pressure before actually coming back up. I do think the SPY still has room to go, guys. I don't think that we're going to have a crash in the short term. It's going to take a while for another crash. This is probably the most likely scenario. Based off of the cycle, all right? Based off of the cycle. I don't use log, man. I use log if I'm like comparing smaller price actions. If I'm comparing anything that happened in 2020 to, you know, today's price action, then yeah, I'll look at it from a log perspective. But I never use like actual indicators or anything like that because you do get, you know, you get different ratios, and that kind of goes against what the cycle does, right? So I need it with, you know, that original price, those original price ratios and levels that we're tracking here. Make sure that everything is good. Hater. Ader's going up, or Ader, Otter. Otter. What do people call it? Ader or Otter? Yep, it is. Let's see, wait. So as long as, if this continues to go up, then we have now given up on the fractal here, because remember, fractals do give up at some point. However, if things get shorted, and like right now we have not crossed, so we crossed this current support trend line or resistance trend line, but it has not crossed this level yet here. So until it does, that would be my confirmation here that this fractal is no longer in use, and we cannot, because this is a fractal, guys. It's not a pattern. It's a fractal, and fractals do give up. 2654 is what it's at. Did it just cross? To 664. Oh yeah, it's gonna. Eesh, ooh, it's getting close. But yeah, personally, I'm not. Right now, I'm not in on the play, just so you guys know. I don't want to mislead anybody. I was in on the play back here twice, and I've currently taken my profits from options and stuff. This is what I'm going to be doing, by the way, in the future, tracking the other stock cycles to get their point of interest, to be able to make money off of that. That's what this channel is going to focus on, and it's going to focus on the points of interest, right? Giving a good setup for it, for sure. But yeah, we're gonna be doing that in the future, guys. After Amy's had her time, her rip. But yeah, just to your question real quick, it's the fractal. Again, you guys have to be careful with the fractals, because they are valid to a certain extent, a certain point. But once you start to see it like drastically turn, like on a specific, we've seen this happen multiple times with Bitcoin. Tracking Bitcoin's pattern intraday with Amy is very common, and we see that. But then at some point, you see it completely flip or track inverse. At that point, you have to just remove that shit and look at something else, because, or else you're gonna pay the price, man, for that, because things will start to track very drastically, very different, and obviously you want to be careful with that. Not that, you know, those points of interest aren't necessarily valid anymore, like that date, you know, the 420, the 421. I'm looking at a possible reversal, and that is a point of interest on the fractal. But, you know, if the price, right now, the thing about the price action is that it did, well, it hasn't crossed 664 yet, which is the all-time high right now. Not the all-time high, but the current high on the setup. So if it starts to come back down here, then I would say that, you know, the fractal is still in play, because, you know, now you have a triple top setup that has just been rejected. That's exactly what happened with AMC. It got rejected, and then it came back down. Again, I'm not trying to stray away from what's happening with Amy. It's just, if I'm updating smaller things like this on live stream, I don't mind quickly going over something and just, you know, talking about it. I don't think it's a distraction. In fact, both of these have a very similar cycle, so it's good to talk about them. You know, same with like Mullen and Clove, because they have to do with Amy at the end of the day. Okay? But Amy is first, for sure. But yeah, Bailey, if you were here for it, I am calling for downside for Mullen, just off of like the historical state with Clove. I do have way more downside for Mullen for at least 2 weeks, maybe more. Alright, we got 10 minutes left, guys, intraday. Ooh, Amy had a little bit of a rip there. A little bit of a nice green candle. Nice. Okay, let's see what happens here. 1, 2, 3. Yes, but specifically, man, with crypto, anything crypto related, there is right now, based off of just the market cycle and, you know, AMCs and cryptos, there seems to be a rally that is likely to happen with meme stocks and crypto. Okay, so whether that does bring the price action up for like BBIG, like Coinbase, Mara, Riot, all these, you know, SOS, all these other stocks in the crypto field, they're very likely to have that pressure go up as well. Now, you have to be careful though, because in the crypto game, typically, sometimes the meme cryptos are separated into like their own sector, kind of like AMC. Like sometimes you see like Cinemark and like IMAX go up on like, you know, in their sector, and then AMC not do much. So sometimes you got to be careful with that, man, because BBIG, SOS, those two in the crypto field are typically separated because they're considered meme stocks, and not necessarily, you know, they don't look at them as like, you know, from like a fundamental level like the others. So personally, I don't see BBIG doing much right now. I still think it has more of a breather to go. I am tracking it, but again, I am trying to stay as committed here with Amy's price action, not trying to stray away just right now specifically, right? I've said this before though, guys. If you know, after AMC is had a run right on this, whether it's the next cycle or whether it's the squeeze, that we are going to talk about, right, other cycles, because there's other opportunities right now in the market. And this goes both ways. If we cross back down, okay, and we do have to cycle for another 3 months, we're going to be tracking AMC every day, but it would be pretty ignorant to not be making money on other stocks, or not be able to help you guys make money on other stocks, because cycles are only, like, the only time that it matters, okay, for retail is when they open the gates, and that is on the projector pattern, okay? Anywhere else, they're going to just stagnate the price, guys, and it's going to be running on a cycle. So there's nothing we can do, absolutely nothing. That is what I believe with the way the cycle has been running here on AMC. So again, right now we are tracking, everything is good. We're going to continue to track AMC, and then once it goes up, or if it does come back down, we will start talking about other cycles and other ways to make money in the market. All right. Do I think we can have a spike after hours today? I mean, it's possible, but I see us just based off of this setup here. Okay, I do see us possibly, just possibly, either having one. Let me see. Two. So yeah, it's there might be some after hours price action, okay, to the upside. But personally, man, again, when I'm looking at to go in on my positions is a confirmation of this support trend line. You know, not only on its way up here, but crossing these resistance levels first. I would just be a lot safer. It would, yeah, it would be a lot safer, because what if we don't? What if after hours it starts to come down? Well, at that point, you know, I've like fucked up, right? So I'm still gonna like wait, even if there is a rally after hours. That's great. I'm hoping for that, right? But I do think, man, here today or tomorrow, whether it's after hours or tomorrow morning, we are gonna start to see the price action go up. That's what I'm hoping for. Things are looking good, man. Things are looking good for a Monday. Yo, yo, yo. What up? Welcome to the channel. I'm Dave, guys. What is up? I gotta get on with Dave, bro. Where's Dave at? Dave hasn't done a video in a while. Davey, where you at, bro? Oof. Oof, oof, oof. Amy. Amy is going up right now. Oof. AMC, hello. Three minutes, guys. Nice. Amy's going pretty ham with it. Oh, whoa, 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 what the hell? What was that? What the fuck? Did you guys see that? What the fuck? Yo, what the fuck? Guys, AMC, that candle was ginormous. Hold up a minute. Okay. What is that? What is that? What? Bro. Yo, what? My dude, that was 150,000 in volume, and it went from 1744 to 1784. Yo. That is, bro, if I've ever seen like, when's the last time we saw a candle that big? It's been a while, dude. What the fuck? Okay, well, I'm sure some people are going to be talking about that here in the near future, bro. That was weird. Wow. Okay, cool. All right. Awesome. Well, shit. Okay, guys. All right. So far, we're looking good. We are still tracking the setup. Okay, things are starting to curl back up. I do see upward pressured tomorrow going into Wednesday. And yeah, we'll be here for it, man. But Amy's doing her thing. All right, slowly but surely. All right. I'm gonna try and work on a video today. No promises, but I'm trying to work on it. It's a larger video. There's a lot on this video, guys. There's a lot of information. I tried going over some of it yesterday on stream, but there's some things with options that I want to cover that I think are important, so I might make a video specifically on that and post it in the near term, okay? Other than that, if we start coming up after hours, you will see me back on stream, all right? But we're gonna go ahead and cut the stream here, and I will see you all soon. Love you. Bye-bye.